Teagasc NMP Online Support Video 1, Creating Maps. To create maps, you use the Map Viewer option on the top of the screen. When you go into Map Viewer, you will first see a map of Ireland, and this will hone down and focus in on the plots associated with the particular farm. We will look at some of the options on the Map Viewer screen. First, you have an option to maintain screen size or to go full screen. Click on full screen, you will see a bigger map and other functions will not be visible. You can return to normal view. Layer control is for determining what appears on the screen and in the maps that are printed. There are two main components here, the color layer, label layer. For example, in the maps to be submitted to the department with gloss, you will have in your color layer plots, and you should have lab sample and plot name in the label layer. You can switch off the label layer by clicking on layer control. The next item is ortho. Sometimes it's easier to get your placings on or get your bearings on a map when ortho is on. You can click the ortho button and it will come on the screen. When it's on the screen and you print maps, you will also see ortho on the printed maps. You can switch it off again by just clicking on the ortho button. At the bottom of the screen, you can see previous map jobs that were done for this farmer. At the top of the screen, you can see a number of menu items to help you produce your maps. Very quickly, there's add a custom page, which allows you to draw a page over an area and it will draw a map to fit. Add a page adds a standard resolution page. Once those pages are created, they will need to be edited to make sure the settings for printing are correct. So you will select the page and edit it. If you want to remove a page, you click on remove, and there's two print options. You can select a page and print not all of the plans or pages, or you can print all and they will generate a map for you. We will now proceed to create a map. We will look at a number of steps, setting layer control to set the default options. We will then add a page. We'll select that page and then edit it by changing the name, the resolution, the page size and orientation, the color and label layers. We'll then save that, and finally we'll print the map. Layer control. Click on the layer control button. For submitting maps to the Department of Agriculture, we need to have the color layer switched on at plots and the label layer switched to lab samples and plot name. You will see those appearing on the screen. You can then switch off layer control. Click on add page and click on the map, and a very low resolution page will be created. To edit it, you just need to click somewhere on the page and the page will be selected. You'll see these boxes will appear in the corners and in the middle of the lines. You can then click on edit. Edit brings up a dialog box and a number of things need to be changed. The page title, we can change that to plots and samples, so that the page title now appears Mr. NMP Farmer Plots and Samples. The scale that's normally used for submitting maps is 1 to 5,000. When you click that and when we save it, you will see that reflect in the size of the page. The layout and sizing depends on the shape and size of the farm. You can change it from there's four options: a tree landscape, a tree portrait, a four landscape, a four portrait. What you select depends on the farm in question. At the moment, in this case, we'll leave it at 8:4 portrait. The color and label layers will be taken from the layer control, so you can preview those and check that they are correct. So in this case, they appear to be correct. So we now click on Save. The size of the page is now varied. So if we click on it again to select it, we can move it across the farm. We can see that in this particular case, the page size that we have is not quite big enough to cover the complete farm. So we have a number of options. We can change the page size, or we can add a second page. So if we go back into Edit, the options come up. And what might suit here, because of the shape of the farm, is a tree landscape. If I click on Save, we will now see that the shape of the page, if I move it slightly to the right, it is able to fully cover the farm. I'm now ready to print. I click on either Print Selected or Print All, as there's only one plot. Click on Print Selected, and you will see down at the bottom of the screen a turning circle, which indicates that the system is creating the map. You will get an email to say that it's done, but you will also see a link. I can click on that link. The system opens a new tab when you click on the link, and that tab will contain the map. So we can see each plot with the plot number, as we've used numbers in this case, and size, and the soil sample ID. So we have completed this map. We can go back to the map viewer, and this will be ready for submission at a later stage.